Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. We're holding Metzia Daf Lam Gimel. Shir sponsor Lui Nishma Sar Yakashon Labas Yitzchok. We're starting a few lines before the Mishnah. The Gemara says, Tanu Rabban, Ki tireh yochol afilu mirachoik. You see the chamor of Soinach, you see the donkey that needs help. Can it be even from far? Tobud loyma kitivga, needs to be close. I kitivga yochol b'gio mamish, mamish has to be there. Not sure you see from far. What's a riyo that is b'gio? Meaning that you're seeing, but it's not mamish there. 1 out of 7.5 in a meal. That's the size of a ris. This is, by the way, a few places in Shas we mentioned the size of a ris. Here is the size 1 out of 7.5 of a meal. So he helps him for a whole parcel, walks with him. As Rashi says, he should continue helping him for another parcel. He takes for that money. The fact that he needs to help him out for another parcel, he takes sachar for it. The Tais points out that we talk about what is he taking money for carrying it. Which case we're talking about? Unloading or loading? It has to be unloading. Why? Because by loading, we said before that you get a reward for it. So of course you're going to get paid for it, compensated for it. So kol sheken for the rest. But even when you're unloading, you have to do it anyway. If it's tzar b'alechem, as we learned before, even there you have a din of medad. You take schar. Says the Mishnah, avidosoi ve'avidos oviv. Person has his own avedo or the avedo of his father, and the question is, who should he take care of first? Avedosoi kodemis. He should go and take care of his own avedo kodem. What is avedo? I mean, in this case, we're talking about that he's going to go look for his avedo. Not talking about a moitze. Talking about his own avedo, meaning that he's going to go and look for it. In the case of before his father or his rebbe. Avidos avidas rabbi, his avedo, the avedo of his rebbe, shalokodim. Always he goes first. Avidas avidas rabbi. If he has to choose between his rebbe or his father, shal rabbi kodemis. The rebbe comes first. Shaviv vivir lo'ilam hazeh v'rabbi shalom dechochma vivir l'chayil haba. The father is brought into this world. The rebbe is bringing him to chayil haba. So the rebbe is greater than the father. The Girsa over here that the Vilna Gaon brings, Im Aviv Shakol Keneged Rabbi. Okay? Shalavi Kodemis. The father comes first. Because the father then has both. He's also Chayil Mazeh, because he brings it to this world. And he's also the Olam Haba, because he is a Tamil Chacham. Haya Aviv Rabbi Noisim Masuyim. His father and his Rebbe are carrying something. Meaning they're going with a load on the animal. The din is, he first of all helps his Rebbe, and then he is helping his father. They're both in captivity. He first goes and releases his Rebbe, and then the father. Same idea. Father is a chacham, because the father then has both. So in general, the Rebbe goes first because it brings l'chayil haba, which is greater. So the more we know immediately. So the way the Gemara dash how do you know yours goes first? You have to be careful. The way, a very interesting din, the Torah tells you, make sure not to be poor. You need to do your hishtadlus, not to be poor. So therefore, take care of yourself also. But there is a caveat to that. As Rashi says, anybody, person needs to take care of himself first. It's true. He doesn't have obligation to take care of others before he takes care of himself. But person should not do exactly what he deserves. And in loy, unless he's mamish losing money. If he does that, he will not do tzedakah, he will not do chesed, and then he will need other people. Because what keeps a person being a giver being in the side of giving is being a giver. If he doesn't give, so he's not on the side of the giver. So the rabbi knows the father and the Rebbe are carrying a load. Rashi learns over here, Chochma means Gemara. Meaning teaching him the svaras. Let's see Lashon Rashi because we need it for a later suit as well. Shon the Chochma svaras ta'amei ha-mishno. Ule'avin. Shelo yisoysu et zezu shnabi contradicting each other. The ta'amei yisu ve'eta ve'achiv abtur v'hu nikra Gemara. Gemara means to understand what we're learning, to understand until you get to halach. For the Rabbi Shalom the Mikra Mishnah, but not Chumash Mishnah. Chumash Mishnah, you can't go with that to conclusion. David Rabbi Meir. The one who learned most of the Torah from, Rashi says, even Mikra Mishnah. Rabbi Yossi says, even if he didn't teach him only one Mishnah, not Roiv Chachmasa. He just told him one Mishnah, Zeu Rabba is never Rebbe, and he has to give him that respect. Omar Rabba, what's an example to that? Kagon Rav Schoiro, the Asbiron Zohamol Listeroin. He explained to us what is Zohamol Listeroin. Rashi brings over here that Zohamol Listeroin is a type of kli called Zohamol Listeroin. He didn't know what it is. We're talking about it as a big kaf, right? A big spoon, a big shovel, that with that you take out the dirt at the bottom of a bucket, at the bottom of a pot. Shmuel Kora Mani Aleya Umir Abonon. Shmuel tore his clothing on that person, that Talmid Chacham. The Asberei Echod Yoyud Lamas Hashechi Ve'ef Echod Poitach Kevan. It's a Mishnah in Maseches Tamid, and there Rashi goes on Mamish and length to explain it. Basically, the idea is that there's two doors. When they open the doors of Beis Hamikdash in the beginning of the day, so the first lock, the door is closed. How do you get to the lock? We have to put his hand into a hole, and with that get to the lock. That's called Amas Hashechi. He put his hand down until his hand was inside the door until his armpit. Then once you opened that lock, he was able to get into the next lock, and then he did it in a smooth way, with no need to stretch himself too much. So the first one is Chad Yor Lamas Hashechi. The first lock, he needs to lean down, put his hand to the hole. The other one, Putach came and put it in a normal, opens in a normal way. So they explain exactly how that worked and what was the way they opened the doors of Beis Hamikdash. That was some person of Rabbanon who taught it to Shmuel. Shmuel tore his clothing just because he taught him this Mishnah. They stand in front of each other, and they tear on top of each other. And then first you bring over here, because we know that what it says that they fight with each other until they come to explain a Gemara. They learn benichuso. When you fight with each other, you grow from each other. Each one is responsible for the growth of the other. Regarding Avedo, so he's saying, when do you say that your Rebbe overrides the father? Only if it's Rabbi Muvak. Says the one, Kabo Minei Avchiz Ravuna. Talmid v'tzorich l'Rabbi. So Rav Chiz asks Ravuna, what happens if you have a Talmid? But the Rebbe needs him. Does the Rebbe have to treat him with respect or not? How does that work? In other words, the Rebbe learns from the Talmid some shmos. So Rav Huna thought that Rav Chizda was referring to himself. As if he's telling Rav Chizda, telling Rav Huna, you should know, you need me. I don't need you. You need me. For 40 years they had an anger between them. They didn't go into each other. Here you have to understand, and just to point out the question, as the Chavis Yair has a whole tshuva about, we see throughout Shas that sometimes Amoraim seem to be mistreating each other. What's the shot over here? Here the same question applies. How exactly understand it needs a lot of avon. He felt bad that he made Ravuna upset, and he sat 40 ta'aniyos on the fact that he upset Ravuna. Ravuna had 40 ta'aniyos because he suspected Rav Chizda that he thought that he wants him to be chavd. So again, the story needs more of one. The halacha is la Rabbi that said the definition is shuroiv chachmas v'menu. that what, even if he didn't teach him only one Mishnah, it's considered to be his Rebbe. We pass a look at Mishnah. Now, Rabbi Shalim de Chochma. Mashri taught him most Chochma. It says, so Rabbi Yissi said, Chochma Mashri even some Chochma. And according to Rabbi Yissi, he has to be Roiv Chochma Asar. So my Chochma, Roiv Chochma Asar. That's what it means. It means Roiv Chochma Asar. So the Gemara just spoke about the fact that there is an Indian of mechabeting a Rebbe. The Rebbe goes before the father and a certain Indian. If not, the person has to give cover to the Rebbe and help his Rebbe and do things for his Rebbe. And just maybe just to point out that the first thing we said regarding the father and the Rebbe is going Nosi Masri, carrying a load. And then the Gemara went and said, Gabi Aveda, you go for the Rebbe, only Rabbi Muvak. Interesting, what the Rebbe by Aveda is different than Masri. Says more now. Learning Torah is good, but not great, basically. It's great to learn Torah, the Torah itself. But it's not enough because you can't come to Allah and to know what to do based on the Torah only. The Mishnah is greater, and you get a reward for that, meaning it's better than the Torah. And you get a reward. But Gemara is the best, because the Gemara is where you actually can come to a conclusion and know what to do. So but learn Mishnah more than Gemara. You just said the Gemara is the best. So is Gemara the best, or you say you run to Mishnah more than Gemara? How do you understand this? Says the Gemara, it was the time in Rebbe that they said this Mishnah, this idea, this concept, the Gemara is the best. So what happened? People stopped learning Mishnah, learn only Gemara. You have to go and learn Mishnah more than Gemara. So you learn that it has to be Loshe Gemara. Let's see Loshe Rashi over here. Rashi brings something regarding how Rebbe established the Mishnah. Rabbi said, Rebbe nish Mishnah zu, hadiktani Gemara en lechamid gdula mizu, v'shemiruabu tamidei shama v'hilot shelafonav shlosha doris, Rabu machlekes b'torah v'nasuk shtei toras. There was a lot of arguments in Torah. It would become like two Torahs. Metoich oil shimun malchus v'gzer shegoyzim aleh. They had Shimon Makers, they had the decree of the king. It was not a good time to learn Torah. They didn't have a way to come and just differentiate who's arguing who holds what. The Yom of Rebbe, till the time of Rebbe, by the time of Rebbe, he became relaxed. They were able to relax without sorrow. They showed the kibbutz called to Midei Eretz Yisrael. They went and gathered all the Talmidim of Eretz Yisrael. Ve'ad Yama, until his days, lo yu mesechtes duros. There wasn't a mesechet duro like we have today. El kol Talmid yishom davar pi godol imin gorso. Every Talmid just said what he heard. But there was a balagan. There was many people knowing many things, but it was not organized. Once they gathered, everybody said what he heard. They came back to come and figure out what it is, which one they're going to keep, which one you're passing like. They went and put a mesechtes, different Ezekiel levodom, different Yavamis levodom, different Kachim levodom. It's so interesting that that's a Rashi differentiates it. Even Shitas Yaakov, the Rebbe held that's the halacha. That's what he did for Shalom Stam. Lefikach Amru, the Gemara in the Chamidik Dolim Yizu, Sheyitnu Lev Latam Mishnah. So that's what it means. They need to come into the Gemara to understand what the Mishnah means. So they went to go and try to understand the Mishnah, because that's what happened those days. In other words, it's not the Gemara that we have today, Ravina or Ravashi. Talking about the Gemara at the time of the end of the Tanoi. That Gemara means to go and understand. That's what Rebbe did. Rebbe did the initial Gemara. That's what Rashi's telling us. Rebbe got together the entire Bismedish, all the Tibbi Chachamim, to come and figure out what's the halacha, who what says, who's against who. That is the original Gemara. So the Gemara says Rashi, Shavka Kul Alam says, let's stop learning Mishnah. Milachzor Girsos Mishnah Sam, So that's the problem. The Mishnah was the Iker. The simple understanding over here is the Mishnah was the main learning. The Gemara was to understand it. Rabbi's telling everybody, you need to know your basics. You need to know your Mishnah. You want to deal in the Mishnah, try to understand what the Mishnah says? Go ahead. But first of all, know the Mishnah. So Rabbi's telling them, don't leave Mishnah. You have to chazah the actual Mishnah in order to go and say svars. But don't leave the Iker Limud. You could go on. This is really you say for us. There is the Iker Limud. You have to learn the text. Then you can go start thinking and handling and coming to svaras and say chaburas. It's gewaldik. But you need to know the text. The text needs to be the Iker. That's what Rebbe is teaching the Chachamim. The Mishnah was the text. The Gemara was svaras to try to understand it. Stick to the text. So they told him, have a ratzim yishtir to the Gemara. Obviously, by us, our text is the Gemara. That's the Mishnah the Rebbe started referring to. And the Mishnah, the Gemara brings the Mishnah as well. Said the Gemara, my dorish, what was the darsha? כדדור שבידו באלוהים, מה נכתיב הגד לעמי פישום בייס יעקב חתוסום, הגד לעמי פישום איות וחכומים ששגוגויס נעשם להם כזדוינוס. When Timichacham makes a mistake, that shgogos is considered to be amazing. You should have known better. Why didn't you try to figure out your Mishnah? Why did you come and mivar the sugya? You made a mistake, that means you didn't check the sugya well enough. Well, the Yisakov Chatosim in Ame'aretz is doing is Naslam Kishgogos. Ame'aretz, that they don't know better. So sometimes they make a mazid, they do something purposely, but they don't understand the chumr of what they're doing. So for them, even a mazid is like a shirkik. So says the Gemara. So that's what you have to know more. You have to know what to do. You have to figure it out. You have to know Talmud well. Talmud you make a mistake. You make a mistake in Allah. The pasuk says that the Chachamim are the ones that are charedim in to do what Hashem wants to do, what Hashem wants them to do. So they're the ones who know well what to do, and they're the charedim var. They're putting all the emphasis to know what's on Hashem. Amru achichem, your brothers, elu baalei mikra. They're considered to be baalei mikra. Why? As a Foshim bring, because the baalei mikra know that without the Gemara they can. There's nothing. You based on Chumash only, you're not gonna be able to get to any conclusion. So they learn Chumash, but they rely on the baalei Gemara to teach them what they have to do. So in Achim, your haters, elu baalei Mishnah. Why are they considered to be your haters? Because the baalei Mishnah feel we don't need you baalei Gemara. We know on our own based on the Mishnah. Menadeichem elu ame'aretz. They're not only considered to be haters, they're considered to be removed. The ame'aretz completely hates the Tamachach. Shema Torah Pasuk Sivru and Bodl Sekri. Maybe you'll tell me the ones that are not they're not part of the Chachamim. They are not going to be part of the covenant of Kadosh Baruch Hu. Come Lasavavai. Tomalorim v'nir b'simchaschem. We will see you in your happiness. Rashi says, "Lo nima b'simchaschem." Kach omar Novi, ani v'achechem sonachem radechem. Us, all of Am Yisrael, kol near b'simchaschem will all be part of the simcha of the Chacham. Shema Torah Yisrael yavoishu. Maybe they will get embarrassed. Tomalorim v'hem yavoishu. They will be embarrassed. Or Chacham yavoishu v'Yisrael yismochu. The goyim will be embarrassed, as it says, Lost Lova in Masechet V'Dezaro. But Am Yisrael will all be in simcha, meaning every part of Am Yisrael will join together, Lost Lova, to come and connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's Lost Lova. They're coming to do what they have to do in this world. And sometimes there is going to be the haters and going to be the ones who are not. But Lost Lova, all Am Yisrael will come together and to be Mechaber HaKadosh Baruch Hu as one nation. And with this, we end Masechet Perek Elu Metzias. Let's continue on, starting the new parak. So the Mishnah. Hamafkid etzel chaveiroi beheimo or kelim v'nignevu or shavdu. One goes and he deposited by his friend an animal or kelim or a vessel, and it gets lost or gets stolen. He's right now a shomer, right? There's a shomer, and the shomer it got lost or stolen from him. Shilim v'loyot solishav. So clearly from this part of the Mishnah, and this we saw already in the end of Masechet Bava Kama, but Shilim v'loyot means we talk about a shomer chinam. Person is acquiring this thing for free, and if he wants to, he could say this thing was stolen or lost. I don't have to pay you. You're required to do a shua. Which shua is it? Shua is a shomer. Shomer has to swear to the owner that he lost it or that it got stolen. He says, I don't want to do shvua. I'll pay you. You could do shvua and get out of it. Now you find the thief. So the thief has to pay double because he stole. If he did the thief has to pay arba b'chamisho. That's the din of a thief. When a thief steals and shechs a se, he pays 4 times. He's shechs a shor, he pays 5 times. Lemi mishalim, 2 is he paid 2. Lemi shall be called to the shomer. Why? Because the shomer did not take shua. So just to clarify this, we learned in Bava Kama. It's always good to review it. When you have, and usually what happens is, the owner comes to the shomer and says, "Where's my animal?" He says, "It was stolen." So he says, give me a shvua, be nishba, he gives a shvua, and then the shomer is butter. Then if you find the ganav will have to pay whatever a ganav pays, either double, if it's still alive, if he shechted, he pays 5. What? To who? To the owner. But here the shomer said, I'm not going to do shvua, I'll pay him. So by paying him, he took the right to this animal. So you find out the ganav has to pay, the ganav doesn't pay anymore, the owner, ganav pays the shomer. But if he did a shvua and he did not want to pay, then you find the guy Mishan to be careful. If the guy did Tvichu Mechir, he pays 4 or 5. Where does he pay to? He pays to the owner, because once the shomer did shvua, he's out of the store. So that is the structure that we saw in Bava Kama. That is the din of a shomer that has the right to be nishba if he wants to. If he decides to be nishba, he's out of the story. He doesn't do shvua, so then he is when he doesn't do shvua, so then he becomes the owner and he gets the kesef. We remember, just to point this out, the third case that we have, we said in the end of Bava Kama, was what happens if the shomer did do a shvua, but then he said, you know what, I'm going to pay you. He did a shvua, but I want to pay you. That was the machlekes of the Gemara. Does he still get the right to get the payment of the gnevo, or he gave it up the minute he made the owner take him to Beis Din to do shvua? Says the Gemara, why are you talking about an animal and about kelim? Right there, why you say both? So what? By behemo, the owner agrees to give up. He basically says, I'm going to take the money and you take the double. Because it's a big headache to go and take care of the animal. But by kelim, it wasn't so hard to take care of it. Maybe then the owner is not willing to give up the right for the kelim. He gives him the kfelo, he's agreeing to give up the right. It's not that much. I mean, it's double. That's the worst thing. The most you can get when a person steals a clear vessel is double. Kefil. But behemo, there's a way to get to 4 or 5 times the value if the guy shechted or sold it. So maybe it doesn't give him kefil, because as we learn in Bava Kama, the kefil and down there usually go together. So if you have wherever the kefil goes down there. So does the owner give up the right for the payments of the gnevel? That's the discussion over here. The chiddush is that once the shomer pays, the owner giving everything up. So you would say, what? Maybe you say it only in a case that the shomer worked very hard on it, or maybe only in the case where the benefits you could get is not that much; it's only double. The chiddush of the Mishnah is, regardless of the case, whenever the shomer paid, he gets the right. He becomes the owner. He gets the kefil. He gets the avei, and that's what the Gemara says. Tzricho. That's the tzrichuso to come and tell me that I really need these 2 cases of kelim and of behemo. Okay, so we'll stop over here. This is the conclusion of this daf. We'll continue from here in the next daf.